Alrighty, let's go over all the PTB notes. Content. So, new killer, the Slasher, for anybody who was wondering what he was going to be called. Our Omnipresent Evil. Press the active ability button to activate Omnipresent Evil. The Slasher becomes invisible and gains undetectable, but cannot see survivors or their scratch marks. Mist clouds reveal the location of survivors who are not moving. Footprints reveal the path of survivors who are walking or running. This is deactivated by using Jump Scare. So he is a stealth killer, like we assumed he was going to be. So this is kind of like the reverse, where you get the information when they don't move, but it's kind of like Alien with the footprints being revealed when you're walking or running. I'll have to see how that actually looks. And then special ability Jump Scare. While your Omnipresent Evil is activated, look at a pallet, break a wall, or a window to quickly move to it and perform a special break or special vault action. The secondary action button switches the side you will face when performing Jump Scare. Jump Scare exits the evil mode and grants haste and reveals detected survivors a killer instinct. Does that mean in theory that you can vault pallet with him? Or is a special vault only for Windows? Probably only for Windows, but I like to believe that maybe I can actually vault a pallet with him with this. No dash love. No, I haven't read his lore yet. Later on, we're going over just the actual power and everything right now. And so you have to do one of those in order to exit. There's no, like, cancel button. I guess it'd probably be kind of busted considering you could see when people are moving and when they're not moving. Either through, like, footprints or, like, this mist cloud when they're not moving. So I guess it makes sense that you can't just deactivate it on will, because you'd be able to just, like, be invisible, undetectable. He breaks pallet. Oh, does it break the pallet when you do it? What if you're working on a totem such chest? Does that count as moving? I'm gonna assume for the sake of this, no, because it specifically mentions that you get the footprints when somebody is walking or running. So I'm gonna assume that you probably count as not moving, even if you're doing a totem or chest, but we'll test it and find out for sure. And the special ability, throwing spikes. Grab a spike from a scrap pile or hooks. Maybe you can just pull it off a hook. Hold the secondary action button to ready the spike and tap the attack button to throw. Spikes are replenished throughout the map when Omnipresent Evil is activated. A spike knocks back a survivor and damages them for 1 health state. Survivors will be impaled if they're hit with a hook spike. They cannot heal past the injured state, and the embedded hook spike will have an aura visible to the killer. Injured survivors will be both impaled and immobilized if they're hit with a spike and knocked into a wall. Damages for 1 health state, so that implies that you can down them. And then it's kind of like with Springtrap where you can see the axe aura, but it will be with the hook spike. I'm assuming there's going to be like an animation to pull it out, much like there's with Springtrap. And then they'll be impaled and immobilized if they're hit with a spike and knocked into a wall. So don't get too close to a wall because you get just locked in place. That's pretty good actually. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun to mess with. You're reading on Reddit, they can hit multiple survivors too. Damn. Piercing damage. Well, we'll test and we'll find out for sure. Once we go over everything, we'll hop into actual lobbies and we'll take everything for a spin. New killer perks, Hex, Scared to Death. After you hook 3 different survivors, Adult Totem ignites. While chasing a survivor, whenever you basic break a pallet, survivors within 13 meters scream and gain 13% hinder for 3 seconds. Isn't this just like a better version of Knockout, kind of? Well, maybe better is not the right word of it. Because you do still have to at least hook 3 people and you have to have a doll to line up. And then obviously it's a hex. I don't know if this means that you can reignite it. Could you ignite another doll totem, assuming there's a doll? But yeah, this is like, because this is from when you break the pallet, and it's anybody within 13 meters, yeah, it's a hex perk, but I kind of feel like I would probably run something like this over something like Knockout, because that has to, you can't trigger Knockout if you break the pallet, and then the survivor exits the range for it. Because Knockout, I think, is 6 meters away from the pallet. When a survivor drops a pallet for the next 6 seconds, if they move 6 meters away from it, they get 5% hindered for 5 seconds. Versus this perk, whenever you break the pallet, at any point, just while chasing them as long as this is active, whenever you break it, anybody within 13 meters is going to scream and get 13% hindered for 3 seconds. So at less time, but significantly higher hinder percent. It's actually pretty good. 13% for Friday the 13th. Lore accurate perk. 3 different survivors, 13 meters, 13%. 13th for days, boys. And then you have Silent Shadow. When the trial starts, you gain undetectable for 13 seconds or until you down a survivor. The assumption that if somebody goes down in less than 13 seconds of the match starting, does it really need to be deactivated? It's only 13 seconds. When all generators are completed, you gain undetectable. Is this a perma undetectable? That's a perma undetectable, isn't that? Because this mentions the 13 seconds. That's perma. You're gonna be perma bro. I don't know if it's supposed to be 13 seconds applying to this as well, but it just says when all gens are completed, you gain undetectable. Is that perma? That's gonna be insane for endgames. Bro, the endgame no end with the blood warning and the no way out and all that. That's crazy. Perma undetectable in endgame. That's gonna go crazy for so many builds. I'm actually really excited to try that. And then Rampage, when you basic break a pallet or break a wall, you earn 1 token, up to 13. Whenever you're blinded or pallet stunned for the next 13 seconds, you gain 1% haste for each token. Cooldown of 20 seconds. Break a pallet or break a wall? Bro, send me to the game. Slap Rampage on, willingly send yourself to Pallet City, and just go to town. Whenever you're blinded or pallet stunned. Does this mean you keep the tokens? You have to keep the tokens, right? In order for that to work? Because it says basic break pallet or break wall, but it goes off blinded or pallet stun. It doesn't say anything about consuming tokens. Just that you gain a percentage of haste per token, and then it goes on to cooldown. So you keep the tokens, I think. It sounds like you keep these tokens. It'd be butt cheeks, otherwise if it gets consumed. Yeah, it'd be worthless if it got consumed, so. Goes off blinded too. More potential to be a better version of Shadowborn then, as well. Deadlock Saloon OP for Rampage. Breakable walls for days, easy tokens. That's actually kind of nutty. Rampage with like Enduring and Spirit Fury. Willingly throw yourself underneath the pallet, eat it to the face, break it with Spirit Fury, recover faster with Enduring, and then you get 13 seconds of ideally 13% haste if you have all tokens. I'm actually really excited. I think these two are especially going to have a lot of potential. I'm really excited to try those. And then the new Ritual Survivor, which is not currently in the PTB, but the perks are. Wide Open Throttle. Whenever you fast vault a pallet, you gain 15% haste for 3 seconds. The pallet is reset, blocked for 60 seconds, and all survivors see its aura at the time. And then it goes on a 60-second cooldown. So I've seen a lot of opinions about this, and I'm mixed on it. Because, like, yeah, the ability to reset the pallet has a lot of potential and can be really strong, especially when you consider something like a god pallet. You know, Shack pallet, for example. However, it also has a lot of potential to like, mess you up. Counter for Dissolution. Yeah, honestly, if you're ran Dissolution as killer, if they try to do it, assuming, well, you'd have to have it active, but Dissolution could help counter it. But mainly, so my thinking is, like, in a regular chase, realistically, you're probably gonna fast vault a pallet at least a few times. Especially if they do try and, like, avoid breaking it. And I could see a lot of situations where, depending on where you're at after having thrown a pallet, if you run around the loop and the killer is getting distance, your only option of not getting smacked is to vault the pallet. But if you vault the pallet, it's also going to get reset. It's like when you play against Vecna, and he uses his mage hand and he picks the pallet up for you. Or like, if he times it correctly and picks it up right behind you, like, yeah, sure, maybe you vault it, but then he's like right there behind you. You're kind of just clearing the pathway for the killer too. So I think it has high potential for certain god pallets, but also has a lot of potential for, like, in a regular chase around a regular loop, maybe messing you up. Mind you, it's only once every 60 seconds, but that once every 60 seconds, I think could probably... I could see people getting killed because of it. A lot of scenarios that come to mind, more scenarios that come to mind where it could get you killed than where it'll help you. Possible to get people killed off the perk. Immediately goes on all megs. Yeah, we'll test it out. I think it has potential, but I'm iffy on that. On paper, at first, it sounds like, oh my god, it's so broken, but in reality, I don't think it's going to be as busted as people think. Also, if you think about it too, there's also perks like Any Means Necessary, where you can reset pallets. My first thought of how you could try and, like, abuse this would be if you run, like, 5 moves ahead and lithe and try and throw the pallet, and if you don't get the stun, vault it right away so you trigger Wide Open Throttle, and then zoom off with live to make up the fact that this doesn't give you much haste at all. You could probably try and get away with it that way, but again, that's really situational, and that also requires, like, an entire build to make it work. But we'll test it out, we'll see how it is. I think it has potential in certain niche situations, but I feel like in an average chase, it wouldn't be what you'd run. This is the kind of perk that you would run with, like, a really niche build for funsies every once in a while, and you might be able to get value. Realistically, if you wanted to be able to pick up pallets, you're probably better off with something like Any Means Necessary. And then Lend a Hand once per trial and per survivor after you've blessed or cleansed one totem. While healing another survivor, use F to give them 4 permanent charges, healing charges. Is 4 really that much? Once per trial per survivor. So you can never, they make it so you can never go over 4. I mean, it could, maybe again, in one of those very niche, like, where it comes down to the seconds, committing a full perk slot to 4 perma charges. Is it 25%? Oh, I guess it's true. How about with Resurgence? Does that perk at see if Unbreakable is faster? Oh, that's a good idea. Makes every Resurgence less than a second. Yeah, but that requires 2 perks then. It could make something like Resurgence, like basically a second to heal after getting unhooked. You're having to commit 2 perks. So, like, it has its potential. I feel like it could fit in if somebody ever wanted to do, like, a speedy heal build, especially now with diminishing returns. I feel like this is a good alternative for someone, like, subbing out some perks that maybe aren't as effective now that diminishing returns is a thing. I think Lend a Hand could be good for it, but even if you think it, like, take into consideration the whole Resurgence with Lend a Hand, again, that's requiring a different teammate to have a perk, and then you have to also have a perk, so you're committing 2 different people's perks for one little effect, one little niche situation. I don't know. I could see it for a niche speedy heal build, but outside of something like that, I don't think it's realistically ever going to be a crazy game changer by any means. Realistically, if you unhook somebody and they have resurgence and you have time to heal underneath the hook, like, unless you're literally farming in the killer's face and they're like a foot behind you, usually you'll have time to heal up anyways. And even if you did have to farm in the killer's face, you're probably not gonna stop and try and like do a 1 second heal on them, because chances are you're just still gonna go down in the process anyways, and it's just like, why not use that time to try and run away? I don't know. I don't think it's worth the perk slot, but I don't think it'll be anything super game changing. We'll test it out. In cross-examination, while in the killer's terror radius, the killer leaves light marks that last for 10 seconds that you could see. While in the killer's light marks, you gain elusive, and this ends after 5 seconds. So it's like scratch marks for the killer. Is there a cooldown after the 5 seconds? Or could you, in theory, just keep running on the killer's light marks? It just says it ends after 5 seconds. So could you just keep running over them? And just have like perma-elusive, in theory? It doesn't specify anything about being in chase. Yeah, my first thought is this in chase is insane. Because there's no cooldown, if you're going around an average loop, let's say it's like an average jungle gym loop and you can't see over top of it, neither can the killer. But if you're able to repeatedly trigger elusive, which means that you have no aura reading, you have no scratch marks, you have, what is it, no grunts of pain or blood, I believe? That's kind of insane. That's actually kind of nutty. So these are the palette one, this one here. The wide open throttle cancels out dissolution. Bro, you can just be perma-elusive, and you have no blood, no scratch marks, no aura reading, no grunts of pain. That's crazy. You can run on them over and over while in chase as a lingering effect 5 seconds if you leave the light of footstep. Yeah, that's what I saw, is it ends after 5 seconds, so like, that's probably gonna get changed. Like, dance with me but better. Bro, this is like off the record on crack. This is just like perma giga stealth. Have a quick and quiet head on for funsies. Oh my god. Well, thank you for a spin. That's gonna be really nutty. Okay, anyway, moving on. We got aura customization, new aura types available for color customization, locked objects like corrupt or repressed alliance, completed generators, generated progress, the starting color when a generator progress is revealed, from something like Hex Hive Mind or the all-seeing add-on for Wraith. Dull totems, yes! When a player doesn't know the state of a totem, it shows dull. And then cleanse totems from Pentimento, hex totems, boon totems, hatch, exegate switches. So they've changed or added a ton of different customizations. I like that they had to put this little bit in here, or that they did mention this, that what's gonna count as seen? Like, do I have to actually run up and touch the totem? If it's like a hex, for example, and I wanted to change from being lit up as a dull, like let's say my dull totems are white and my hex totems are, I don't know, red, and I want to be able to see the difference in the aura reading. Do I have to actually touch the totem, or do I have to just like physically walk by and my character sees it? We'll test it out, but still really happy to see all the extra customization. And then Killer Power Match Detail tab. Match Detail's been updated with a new tab to provide a simplified description of currently faced killer powers. Match details will only show this information when one of the following occurs. Any survivor enters a chase, any survivor loses a hell state. The killer power tab can be directly accessed by pressing F1 on keyboard or pressing and holding select on controller. That's cool. That's a nice little quality life update for newer players. Because there's a lot of killers that aren't played super often. And if you don't play that killer and you never run into them, having like a little quick rundown of how their power works is really, really beneficial. Especially even if you think about like Sadako, for example, not a new killer, but one that was reworked quite a few times in the past. And I still see a lot of people that don't know how our power works, so that's nice. And then a bunch of bug fixes. Yeah, so a bunch of goodies. I'm very excited to test out Jason with all of his perks, and I definitely want to test out all these survivor ones too. Because, yeah, some of these seem kind of nutty. Let us get into it then. Okay, so we're gonna down Foxter, who has breakout, or not breakout, sorry, breakdown. And we will test and see. Wait, I can press F1 to see the killer power too? I didn't look at this yet. Survivor with a hook spike embedded in them has is afflicted broken. Yeah. Cool. I didn't know I could do that. There's survivor map for Jason. No map as far as I'm aware. There is a original survivor that's their perks are in the game. The survivor itself is not currently, but that's not linked to Jason. I don't know when they're being released. Gamer come unhook. I'll have them unhook him, and then we need another hook from Sabo. Just toss that to get rid of it so I can see hook cores. Okay, let's find the nearest hook for you, Sabo. So that hook way up there is broken. You're gonna Sabo that one. I'm gonna go into my stealth here. And then when I come back, we'll see if it replenishes the hooks that they broke. Nope, that one's still gone. And I believe the one up here is also. So yeah, it only works on hooks that I've specifically broken. So it does not counter sabos. Okay. I wasn't in my mode when you guys were doing the totem. I didn't see. Is there another totem we could find real quick? What the hell was that? Why did it do that? We can do that again. I think the audio is just bugged. It's just not playing it. Is there a chest somewhere? Could be a chest somewhere. It's probably upstairs. Have a built-in sabo counter. I mean, it makes sense that they wouldn't allow it. I kind of figured that might be what was happening. That's why I had them test both versions, just in case. For science, but yeah. Very gentle towards gens. Yeah, they just had to. It's a PTB, so it's to be expected. But it just seemed like it's missing the gen kick audio. That's all. Is this where we're at? Totem? Are you on the totem? I'm assuming there. So it's a giant red misty cloud. When I'm like right behind you, I don't see it, but when I'm like over here, I do. Is it always a misty cloud? You're like right there. Oh, I went the wrong way. I didn't swap it. Let's see. Oh, lobbies are private only? It's both. We do, or at least for me, I do open lobbies during PTB usually, because if I don't, regular PTB killer queues are like 30 to 40 minutes. Because it's restricted only to people on Steam, and even from there, it's only people who are on the PTB, and then everybody's usually on killers, so. Why are you getting crowed? I don't know. Oh, are you testing the thing? Hold on. Yeah, the cooldown isn't, it's not instantaneous for when I finish using it, but not that crazy. Oh wait, is that what it looks like for survivors? Does it look like he just like a fog cloud shows up and he just like backs into it? Gets survivor from power? From here? No, I cannot. I cannot directly damage anybody. I have to use a jump scare on either a pallet, a window, or break a wall, like this. And then I come back and then I can attack. That being said, there is no limitation on how long you can stay in that power, which I think they're definitely going to change. It is insanely strong. Hey, Big Dave, welcome in. Gamer, come back. Oh, that's the door right there. Oh, they run it. Is there a doorway? Oh, God. I'm so busy staring at the hook through the wall, I didn't even realize. Oh, no double back. You can see my giant ass head. I got it, we're good. I'm over here trying to raise up an axe that I keep calling it an axe for whatever reason. I'm over here trying to raise up a spike that I don't have. With the hook timeout. Any hook that's broken by a survivor, through any means, it will not come back to me when I go into my power and come back out. That's what we were testing out. So I cannot counter... Oh. Your butt is too fat, gamer. What is this? Why is your butt so fat? That's a huge radius too for that. Goddamn. Missing distance you move, kind of like the idea of more. I think that it would make more sense to do it as like a timer or like a portion, or like a, not a portion, sorry, a little bit of both. Yeah, you guys can just run around normally. I just stay at the power and just try to get a feel for it in like a normal chase. I'm over here just like, I'm not even thinking about it, I'm just like default calling it an axe. No idea why, but that's what my brain wants to call it, I guess. I should turn around. There is like a little bit of a delay when you come out of your power. You can like M1 a lot sooner than you could throw a spike. I don't know if that's intended or not or what. So I'm trying to aim and actually be able to see past my spike. Oh. It's a little bit clunky, a little bit chunky when it's the hook spike one, so it takes up more of the screen. Spear axe spike, same difference. They're all pointy and they all do, you know, they inflict that sweet damage. That's also a bug, which is a bug. Oh. Okay, I'm getting a feel for it. It definitely, it reminds me more of alien tail attacks. The more I play around with it, I kind of noticed it early on, but... Oh! Yeah. That's how fieldy shot. Definitely feels more akin to alien tail attacks. Throwing a spear or M2 at the obsession, hitting them not costing, save us for last tokens. Oh, that. Yeah. Oh, that one made audio. There's been similar bugs that popped up in the past. So I'm sure they're aware of it. I'm sure they'll get it fixed before it goes live. It's all a part of what the PTB is for. Oh, no. Do I? I wonder if I can try and do like a light curve over the top of that, kind of like what you can with Huntress. I don't know if that's actually a possibility, but I'd like to try. Oh, the juicy schmeck. Bird flew away, so I'm assuming over here. Yes. Hello, gamer. I have returned. I do not have a spear, unfortunately, but that's okay. Yeah, the hitbox on his power seems pretty precise. It reminds me of Springtrap's axe versus Huntress, just because of the hitbox is more in line with the actual spike itself than being like a big old beach ball, kind of like Huntress is. Much more accurate. So when somebody's working on things like a gen, I feel like it'd be pretty hard to miss them. But at any other point, it's usually pretty noticeable, I'd say. Oh, bro, it looks so funny when you just go zooming off with that in your back. I need more. I need more spears. He's fast. Yeah, when he's in his... Oh, Jesus Christ, you just like materialized before me. It's really... It's definitely a nice snipe angle though. I had waited. Yeah, when he's in this power, he's super duper quick. Gamer, stop running. Stop running! My little leggies only move so quick, alright? My hook hasn't come back yet. Do I have another one? I'm self-sabotaging over here, don't mind me. Sure, blades didn't take away tokens. You'd use rapid and save us for last. Yeah, I mean, that's what people used to do. That used to be like a really meta thing where people would play M2 killers back when it didn't count. And that would be their counter. Oh, hoping that would hit. I couldn't see. You seen this other zoomies? Yeah, he's flying when he's in his power. Oh. That nasty spikes. Need or two survivors, one throw like Wesker? Yes. Yes, you can. If they're lined up, you know, injure whoever's in front, and then the one behind them gets deep wounded. So go for the window here. PAL ones are definitely a lot quicker overall in terms of recovering from it, the animation and whatnot. Oh, I did that way too early. So let's see, I want to test and see if I can actually get this like I was talking about before. Oh, I gotta hit it first for that to work though. Cheers, spiky in plays. Yes. Although there is a little bit of a cooldown, like I said, on this power from when you come out of it. That makes it a little bit longer. Trying to see if I can get as close to them as possible. I almost feel like I should apologize for that snipe. That's how filthy the snipe was. I don't think I can spear people to the floor with regular spikes. I think it has to be a hook spike. I'm starting to think it does have to be a hook spike. That's kind of what it seems like. Try again here. And you're behind a tree. I did like a pixel shot as close to the tree as I possibly could to try and clip. And apparently it worked out. Yeah, well, we'll test that out again. I don't think I can pin with a regular one. I think it has to be a hook spike. That one was in an animation, so I don't know for sure, but again, it doesn't, I don't think it's gonna pin. I'll keep testing it just to make sure it's not just being inconsistent, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to always be a hook spike to do a pin to kill. And that, and obviously like for the spike to work in terms of staying embedded in them for the aura reading, that one definitely has to be. Oh no, so that one did work. So I think what I was saying earlier was that the wall pins might work, but not the floor pins. The floor pins are the ones I'm more so trying to test. But I think I have gotten a few with the wall with the regular one. I don't know if you could do it on the floor though. Or if that was only because of it was maybe in the animation of the wall. I don't know. Because before when I did the hook one, if they were in an open area, I just pin them straight to the floor. We'll try again though and see. Yeah, see, it doesn't pin them to the floor, but if I grab a hook one, how much you want to bet it'll pin them to the floor? So pin them to the wall with any hook, only to the floor with the actual hook. Yeah, see, now she's in the floor. That is it. That is what it is. Death. Death to them all. I think that's what I was saying before the match started. Any spike can pin to a wall, only a hook spike can pin to the floor. The floor is also the faster Mori too. Yeah. It's so satisfying though to do this. It's actually nutty. I've got a... I was gonna say an X and I'm not afraid to use it, but again, it's not really an X. I'm just using it for target practice now. The comp more, yeah, for real. Okay, that's gonna be too high from there. That's a nutty potential. It's definitely, I think. Okay, that went way further off than I thought it would have there. Are we getting killed with the paddle? Yes. It's a little smidge more to the left. You can use the hook? Yeah, it's either the hook or the pile. That's why I was saying there's a difference between the hook spikes and the regular spikes. Yeah, so that one you go straight into the floor. Oh, you also still got deep wounded from that too. It's kind of cool. That is still able to do both. We're done, broke a palace that didn't spawn. Yeah, it's kind of nutty. I was wondering why I was seeing that at first. It took me a little bit to realize. Yeah, see, that one doesn't down, but the other one does. So it is a matter of whether it's a regular one or the hook spike. Yeah, bro, he's actually insane. Oh, didn't back up as much as I was hoping for. It's definitely still, like, I'm getting better with the snipes. It's definitely gonna still take more practice, though. Sometimes it feels a little bit clunky with it. It almost feels like the spear is blocking a portion of my POV. But I think that's something I'll just get used to with time. Pinned to the ground, unable to recover. Juicy. I always feel like in order to be able to like hold the spear and like look around properly, I have to like aim at the floor to be able to see past it. The way I want to be able to. Later a lot, thanks. And what's up, little gamers? What we're here for? Oh, just here testing. Oh, yeah, that was a terrible shot. I'm not gonna put him in a tier. I don't ever put any killer in a tier in PTB. BDB is still super early look at everything, and there's still going to be a lot of changes. There's already a lot of changes I could see that they'll do to tone him down a bit. Gamer. We get a fisherman skin. Well, the one I have on is like a rotted skeleton almost. Oh! Right into the wall. Yeah, his power is insane though. The official release is on June 16th. Oh, okay. They're definitely gonna have to tone him down 100%. I'm not saying that toning him down means that they're gonna put him in the dirt, don't misunderstand, but they'll definitely tone him down for sure. Yeah, that went super duper high. No, I wanted to go up top, not through the window. That wasn't where I wanted to go. Thanks for the free pallet. Most balanced killer you ever played as? No. His power and like his omnipresent evil, being able to sit in it infinitely with the speed that he has while perma undetectable, and all the like the map control and pressure he has from that is gonna be toned down for sure. Yeah, the breaking hooks thing is cool. It's mainly the omnipresent evil that's gonna get toned down for sure. That part's the one that's gonna take me the longest to get used to. Ah, not quite. Oh right, I have my perma undetectable now. I forgot all about that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just walking around testing out the spears and the aim. Gotta get more comfortable with it. Not quite. Almost, but not quite. Do you think? It's such a quick mori too. That's so fast. You save so much time, so much pressure from something like that. Pretty nutty. Got the zoomies, boys. I want to try and test something. Are you already over here? Oh, I hit the button before I realized. Let me throw the spike! Takes so long to let me do it. It even had to be over here on this, right? Oh. Gamer, where'd you go? Gotta make for some nasty pins. Can I pin you to the actual escape port? Little warning. For anybody else trying to get out the gate there, stay back, it's my gate. Yeah, bro, it's so good. It's so good for that, that's insane. For denying the ability to escape, and just BAM. Mini blow warden. He does have a mini blow warden as an add-on too. He literally has like a mini blow warden, same as what Springtrap has. Do you guys want to also be moored with it? Yeah, no, it also works with hatch too. That was the other one that I mentioned. Is that if you hit somebody with the spears that are coming up on a hatch, you can like, because it throws you, you can force them away off of the hatch, and if you're close enough, then you can just like run up. His chase version is fine. Yeah, they're probably not gonna need to chase down or tone down much of his chase, but for sure is omnipresent evil. That's not gonna be unlimited in the long run, I don't think. That shouldn't be unlimited. Everybody gets the wall, Mori. We're stacking kills, boys. Fair gamer. Let me get another one. One sec. Time was taken. I should have timed though. Put the tail on the wall with a spear, bro. We're making a spear collage. One more. Yeah, get in there, gamers. Look at them all. It's the newest ornament, guys. And well, can you get out on your own? I think it's the same as Henry's, where it's like a timed thing, if I'm not mistaken. The fact that he can stay in it unlimited with the speed that he has is pretty insane. But I don't think his aura, when being powerful, is all that bad. It's not the only one that does it. Like, Hex Hive Mind is mentioned. Wraith also has an Eerie add-on that does the same thing. But his is for any time he's cloaked. And then Springtrap has an add-on that he can use that shows him gen repairs from like the intensity of the aura when he's teleporting. So he's far from the only killer to have an add-on like that. There's a lot of other killers, even like super old OG ones like Wraith have it, so. Make it as far as something like Chucky's ability. No, it wouldn't be Chucky. It'd be more akin to something like Spirit with the timing of it, I think. Spirit or Knight with his power. I wish to follow Mr. Killerman's and test out my perks. This is PTB after all. I'm bad at the video game. That's the sound. So just the sound that every time he gets a spike. Hey, Benson. Imagine. Imagine if it really was 15 years. If I sit here, I'm not too close to anything, so it shouldn't be an issue. Where did he come out? Or up? I don't know. I know where he went. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. It's just the evil power that needs to be toned down. The rest of it I think is fine for the most part. Where'd he go? Oh, hello. Window? Although I probably shouldn't have fast faulted that because I just wasted my life. Closest he can get to me is that window back there, right? I didn't quite break line of sight in time. I do believe I'm about to get smacked. You're looking pretty fucking fast, boys. I won't lie. Bro, I made that work. I actually made that work. But this elusive perk, it's actually kind of insane. I need to get out of this area and then I'm gonna get smacked if I don't. I don't know where exactly he did that at. This is probably like the god build for it, honestly. With the elusive perk and everything. You can just try and like lose line of sight of them and just disappear. How fast you clear to raise the power? I don't know the exact percentage. You might be able to try and Google it. I'm sure the wiki or something will have the exact number, but I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. Not getting smacked. I thought I would get smacked for sure. I usually expect to get smacked when doing that. On an average loop though, like this is a good map for it because there's so many line of sight breaks, so I can break line of sight and kind of disappear a little bit easier. But on a regular map, like an outdoor map, it's not going to be that easy by any means. And I very much expect to get smacked. Yeah, base is 4.4. I don't know what his movement speed is, like percentage-wise, when he's in his power though. Don't know the exact number. All I know is he's real fast. Oh, nice. Come on back. Okay, well, he doesn't have another one, at least not yet. No, I wanted to vault it, I couldn't. I tried to do the thing. I don't think he wants to let me get away with my shenanigans now, though. Going real wide. I think I try and teleport and do a thing. If I just hold W, though, then what? Hold W. W strong. Oh no, this is next to a hook. That's bad. Gotta get a free axe from that shit if he goes for it. Break line of sight. Hide behind the gen. Don't hear me. Oh my god, he didn't hear me. He didn't hear me. Ain't no way. It's insane with the elusive. The elusive is what does it. Like without elusive in like a map like this, I don't think I'd be able to pull this off as successfully. I definitely need the stun to make it work, though. Trying to get my vigil or my swimmers back. Gamers, I require heal assistant. I am bleeding everywhere. Okay, he's not super duper close to us. Yeah, no, this elusive perk 100% is gonna be put like on a cooldown. The fact it doesn't have a cooldown is pretty insane. It's crazy how good it is. Major general perks, he's planning to be someone else survivor. It's supposed to be with an original survivor. The original survivor is just not available right now. I don't believe it's supposed to be available when Jason comes out. It's gonna be at a later time. I just don't know when. No Iron Will in every perk. It's not about the Iron Will, it's the overall, like, the elusive status effect. For no grunts of pain, no blood, no scratch marks. And, like, no aura reading is just being able to have that on demand and so repeatedly, so successfully in Chase, because, like, if it didn't work at all in Chase, it probably killed a perk, but it just needs some kind of cooldown. The Survivor different from the Nun one? If you're talking about the Grimoire Survivor, yes, that's a completely separate thing. It's gonna be an original Survivor, but we don't have any info on them outside of that. Oh, I can't flashy save that. Forgetting like that was a part of the plan. Okay. I wanted to go for a flashy save, but I don't know the exact date. It's not gonna be till later on, it's way after the anniversary that it releases. I wouldn't say it's an exclusive. Again, keep in mind, this is PTB. Like, a lot of people forget that. The purpose of a PTB is to test these things out. Nothing is set in stone. Also, he's gonna have the hinder and everything. He got that hex perk. Oh my god, that was close. He got that hex perk, boys. Stay here, so there's his axe. I was gonna say, I'm staying here intentionally so I'm not too close to a window. Oh my god, he got that so fast. Damn. Make sure I get in the window. Gaming. Okay, guys, if he doesn't want to get pallet stun by me, I'll just hold W with my perma elusive. Is this gate here? No, it's not even worked on yet. I'm probably gonna get myself killed if I go over here, but I'm gonna try. I'll play if it means of just escaping. Well, the purpose of a PTB is to test things. So, like, yeah, some people are gonna go hard and they're gonna push things to the limit, but that's on purpose. Like, people should try and escape. Not say you have to do that every single match, but people should try and escape PTB. Because by playing it out in a normal, like, as if it's a normal match, you push, you test it in like what it should be in its natural environment. Lend a hand's cooldown is you have to go and cleanse another totem or bless it. Every time you use your thing, first of all, it's once per use, or once per survivor per trial. So there's no way of multiple survivors running the perk and stacking it. It doesn't work like that. Are we talking about the elusive perk? What's it called? I keep forgetting the name of it. This one, cross-examination. Yeah, the lend a hand is the heal one. Cross-examination is insane. It won't let multiple people run the perk. No, multiple people can run the perk, it just won't do anything. You can't use it on the same survivor. So, like, if I run the perk and I use it on, say, like, Cheryl here, and let's say Chris ran the perk, if he tries to use it on Cheryl after I've done it, it doesn't work. You can't. It won't let you do it. You can't use it on the same survivor more than once. It does not stack. So multiple people could run it, but it's not going to work together. Cross-examination, light-footed. I mean, you could, but honestly, this combo here is insane. I gotta fill my water, though.